Yo, what's good? Welcome to Flavor Sessions. My name's Anglo, and this is a show where we mix music, synths, and get inspired by legends. So grab your meals, beverages, or whatever it is that you're into, and let's get nerdy. Today we're diving into Kiasmos, the duo of Ólafur Arnalds and Janus Rasmussen. They make some smooth emotional electronica. They perform this insane set for Circle's YouTube video, and I highly recommend you check that out. So here's what we're going to be doing today. We're vibing with their sound. We're breaking down how to get as close to as that Kiasmos sound right here in FL Studio. But wait. It's chill. You can still replicate some of these ideas in your DAWs of choice. And yes, when you watch Flavor Sessions, the show comes with free sounds as royalty-free sample packs using hardware and software synths. So stick around till the end of this episode and grab the free sample pack as it's going to be really tasty. So who the is Kiasmos? Kiasmos is the duo project of Janus and Ólafur. They blend atmospheric minimal beats with emotional builds that just hit you right in the feels. Kiasmos first hit the scene in 2009. They dropped a few singles teasing the world until their 2014 album. They're experts in blending lush orchestral soundscapes with deep Berlin and garage inspired beats, making us all feel things we didn't know electronic music could do. Now, 10 years later, the long awaited album, Second or Two, is here and it's bigger, deeper, and let's just say they've leveled up. Some cool facts. They describe their own music as an emotional rave, basically dancing while crying. If that doesn't sum up their live shows, I really don't know what does. Another fun fact, they made most of their first album in just 2 weeks, but for their second album, it took them almost 10 years. They've even sampled some Balinese percussions and field recordings for this album while hanging out in Olafur's studio in Bali. Now, jumping into some of the gear that these guys use, Kiasmos is all about blending organic and electronic sounds, and it shows in their setup. The Electron Machine drum, it's their go-to drum machine for that gritty, raw sound. The Core Chaos Pad 3, Janus uses this for live setups for those trippy effects. Arturia's Mini Brute analog synthesizer is one of their signature synths for creating those minimal, deep vibes. You'll hear this on a lot of their tracks. The Novation Launch Control XL, Olafur's got this in a setup controlling everything from the effects to the sequencing. It's part of how they keep things fluid during live performances. And the Roland RE201 Space Echo, this piece is everywhere in their music. They use it to add warmth and randomness, turning even the most boring sound into something really cool. There's more instruments and gear that they use and I've linked it in the description below. Here's some fun facts I got off of Reddit. Shout out to Kiasmos for revealing their top 3 songs to introduce you to Kiasmos if you've never heard them before. Sailed, Looped, and 3055. Their Citadel set on Circle was pure vibes. It's cinematic as hell. I urge you to check it out. Now you see what I mean? That's good shit, right? Anyway, their sound has influenced the track I'm breaking down for you today. And hey, remember I told you I have a free sample pack for you at the end of this video, so stick around and make sure you've copped that and go tell your friends. Also, if you feel like, please drop artist names down in the comments and I'll try and make breakdown videos just like these and give you free sounds for your own production use. Ólafur is all about blending organic and electronic real instruments like pianos and strings mixed with synths and effect pedals. Janus brings the heavy synth energy with modular synths and sequencers. We're going to be doing all of that straight out of FL Studio. Here are some of the VSTs and sound banks that I use in today's video. First thing I started with was the drums. I got a topper loop from Splice, added some compression and some EQ. Next I added a kick, which was compressed. I used the EQ and also a soft clipper. I added a ride topper with a filter and some EQ. With tracks like this, the idea is to keep layering and adding sounds until it sounds textural. I added a tom sound with some EQ for some more rhythmic elements. Added some perk sounds that gave the beat some more groove. Keep layering till you get something like this going. need some shakers that can add some more groove. Added another rhythmic sound that was more modular and blends the different grooves together. Next up was the bass line. I EQ'd out some of the frequencies, added another layer of bass. I used some sidechaining on the bass to give it that movement. Now with the piano, the keys are layered with chords, arpeggios, and lead sounds. Now here come the orchestral sounds. These sounds were layered to create dense, deep emotions that will make you cry. My tip is to try using minor scales here. Try sprinkling some piano ear candy in some spots of the track. Try and create call and response moment with these melodies for the piano section. This is what they all sound like together. To make sure that we keep the track progressive, so adding some more layer of sounds like these will help transition between different sections of the track. Consider adding some more natural instruments like a flute, some more keys, so that this will keep your track from getting boring. Let's bring in a synth line. I chose to go with some acid-like preset from Analog Labs for this, which was heavily processed. Here is what it sounds like, with and without processing. Now let's hear it with the orchestral elements and the bass line. You can also try adding some building up energy orchestral elements. Remember to layer them and process them too. In this case, I use stereo shaping, EQ, and reverb. Make sure to make some velocity changes in the MIDI notes and make mistakes for a more human touch. Let's hear these together now. Sick. Building up to something now. You can also add some more melodic samples to fill in the mix and add more emotions. For the final drop, add more perks for the energy. Use the orchestra build-up sound in the drop. I also added some claps with delay to add some more texture and groove. Some natural perk sounds to make the drum even fuller. More shakers. This is what the drop with the drums sounds like. Add some rides and pan them according to your mix and preferences. Full of energy, layered, and ready for the dance floor. Now let's hear the instrument layers in the drop without the drums. Now automate the layers from the song like EQ automations on the synth, delay, reverb. The choice is yours. Let's enjoy the final preview of this track. Now, if you're feeling it, it's up on Spotify right now, and I'm giving away all the sounds I used in this track and some more synth sounds in for free. Links in the description. Go get them and make something sick with it. That's it for today's episode of Flavor Session. I hope you enjoyed this Kiasmos breakdown. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what artist or sound you want me to break down next. Stay safe and stay creative. Until next time, this was Flavor Sessions. Anglo out. Peace.
He did say